Hi, how are you? This is JilliBling. I can't wait to share this project with you. This is the third using the bundle Nature's Symphony. So this one doesn't use any of the beautiful designer papers that accompany the bundle. They're part of the product suite, but I just love this one. I love the colors. I love the freshness of it. So that's today's project. So this one I'm calling Tiny Bows and Butterfly Girly card. Following my heart. I love this one. So let me show you the first two. The first one is white, and I always like white on white. So there's the first one. And the second one is trying to do the masculine side. So this one, and this technique is a lot of fun. It's called Resist, where you stamp a little bit on the paper, all different colors. Over the top of that, you put Versamark with clear powder, and then you rub ink that goes on just the paper areas. The embossing powder resists the ink. It's a lot of fun. It's perhaps a little bit indulgent, but I think it works well with this card. And a little spot for a gift card. So let's get started on today's project. We'll use the bundle, Nature's Symphony, and of course the die cuts, everyday arches, layers of beauty just for the tag, and lovely arrangements for the vellum in the background behind the branch. It kind of looks more like a tree here, this die right here. Did you notice that? It's just really subtle, and it's nice when you put it on dimensionals, because that means it's raised a little bit. When the vellum is directly onto the designer paper shows through more, but when you raise it up a little bit, it's a little bit more opaque. Did I use that word in the right way? Opaque? I need to look it up. So here's a few things. The bundle is on page 38 of the mini catalog. The mini catalog, here's the front of it. January through April, Nature's Symphony. And beautiful papers. On the masculine card, we use the faux bronze, is it bronze? Faux bronze pentagons. We use the specialty paper, which is natural hues, and the bundle, and of course the paper. So today's project, I do this for every project, so I could list all the products used, but I have the score marks on here. We'll use brush breast butterflies, frosted iridescent dots. I love these. They're really pretty. We'll use the white ones, the clear ones. Here are the papers. And let's, lovely and beautiful designer paper, which I think is just lovely. This is on the last chance list. I think it might even be marked down. It's called Floral Impressions, and this is where the olive paper came from and the fresh freesia paper came from. I might have had them pulled out. Here's the fresh freesia, and the olive, I'll show you the back of that in just a minute. And of course, vellum, 12 by 12 vellum. Okay, so put this right here. Here's our score marks, score lines. So we're going to score 2 items, the paper base, and all the paper cut sizes are in the video description. So this paper base is 5.5 by 7. We're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to score this Mossy Meadow piece right here, and that is scored at 3 3/4. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, 3 3/4. If you happen to score it on the wrong side, it's nothing tragic because you're going to have so many layers on the paper. Okay. So let me just fold these. And at the end, Warren took a few steps today. I sent it to his mom. She's like, oh, he's done that a few times. We think he just prefers to, crawl, which I'm fine with because the boy gets around really fast already. Goes here, the green goes here. It's kind of like a puzzle, getting all these pieces where they need to go. These are inside pieces. This is for the tree. We could do the tree. This vellum is for that fun die. I'm going to use all these dies. Okay, so this is for the words. Vellum, we'll do 2 of them with this. And 2 arches, and we just want the little thin arched strip. We'll do that in just a minute. These go on the front. Okay, we're getting there. This, okay, this is in front. Let's do this. This is the tree in Old Olive. The colors we're using are Mossy Meadow, Beige, Fresh Fuchsia, and Old Olive. That on here. I didn't ink it. Let me try the other side. Which one is better? I think because this one is light at the bottom, I think this one is better. Okay, so that's for this. So we're going to cut this out using the die. The arches, there's 2 papers for the arch, and we just want the arch. We're going to discard the outside and keep the inside for something special soon. So those are right here. That's in beige. And 2 of this geometric type print. And that's for the background, behind the branch, in between the layers of arches. Okay, let's do the words. The thank you, I'm going to do it in Mossy Meadow. I would do it in the Old Olive, but I wanted the heaviest color on here, which is Mossy Meadow. So I'll stamp that. And it's a really close fit when it comes to die cutting it. And you might even cut off part of the T, but I think we'll be just fine. So cut that out. Cut it out. Right there. Okay, I think we have all of our elements. So let's start building the card. This paper is so pretty. It's like, oh, I like that for over on the side. I end up liking this a lot, a whole lot. I think that might be Old Olive Light, but it's really close to the crumb cake. So I think it goes well together. This goes on the crumb cake. I just love this card. I love girly stuff. And it seems like a while since I've done girly stuff. Well, I guess the last Avid, I did that wedding card. That was very girly. That was, well, I don't want to say it. I was going to say it's almost too girly, but yeah. Okay, there's that. Oh, that's what's on the back side. See, that's really pretty too. That's really pretty. I have to get some more of that paper. Oh, and right now, in the month of January, for I think it's every $75 you spend, you get a email that has a coupon code in it. The coupon code is valued at $5, and you could use it next month on whatever you want. Okay, so I'm gonna run it. I might put glue on here still. This stuff is really sticky, but I think I want to make sure it stays in place. The last thing I wanted to do is be lifting. It just makes the whole card feel fragile, and I don't want to do that. See, even that little bit of glue will make it like permanently on there. Did I really need to do the Stampin' seal since I was doing the glue? Maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to put this right at the edge, at this edge right here, and I'm going to do it midpoint. I'm going to look at the amount of crumb cake showing on the top and the bottom, get the crease right over the edge, and I'm going to leave it right there. I say over the edge because when you fold it, it should be right there. Yeah, that worked out. So let's see. See right here how there's the crease on the Mossy Meadow paper? It's right over the edge. This side it's a little bit more apparent. But then when you close it, there's not that much. I was trying to avoid the crumb cake being seen. Can I still lift it? That Stampin' seal is really sticky. Oh, I am. Just scooch it just a little bit. Or maybe have it folded before you put it on. I think it's right back to where it was. This is like a 64th of an inch. Do I really need to do this? Probably not. Okay, that's better. Okay, let the Stampin' seal hold it initially, and then the glue will really kick in. Okay, so these are inside pieces. There's a little bit of glue showing here, so I'm not going to put them in. Because you know, my luck, things get stuck together. Okay, let's work on the vellum and the arches. So this is kind of fun. I'm going to put the vellum pieces, instead of straight across, I'm going to put them at an angle. Just for a little interest. But being that it's vellum, you can kind of see through it. I wonder if you could save all those little pieces for something. Okay, so to do this, silicone sheet, and 2 vellum. This is the pretty side. This is the back. Back, pretty side. So I'm going to start with this. Pretty side is down. This piece that's rough is up. And just going to glue them on like that. So when I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, there's a little bit of a gap here. And I want the little bubble things to be continuous. So once you start kind of working with it a little bit, you're like, oh, okay, scooch it over just a little bit. Now see how the center of these is kind of like a line? And it does fit. Okay, now that I got it all in place, I'm going to scooch it, put glue all over this whole arch. And this is the rough side. So I sent, Tony was at work and I sent him a picture of Warren. And it's just 2 steps. In the morning, he's still in his jammies. Oh, and the boy loves fruits and vegetables. He loves blueberries. His jammies have blueberries, eggs, bacon, waffles. I think it's just those items on it. Really cute jammies, but that's what he's wearing as he takes his first few steps. Okay, once I put this in, it's going to stay right where I put it. I'm just guessing. I don't remember how it's supposed to be. A little bit hanging over. I could definitely continue this straight line. Okay, so that line right there is continuing. This, good, good. It works out. Okay. So either you see this and you're like, oh, I know what you're doing, or else you're like, you're kind of crazy. That looks bad. I'm going to trim off the edges. And then I'm going to use the other arch, put glue on it, and make it a sandwich to hold the vellum in place. I'm not going to worry about the gap here. The tree will cover it up. Also, I'm not worried about what side of the vellum, because when I put this on, both of the outsides are good. As in, this is good. If I flip it over, the arch is good. Maybe that's the back side of the vellum, but just saying that it's not that important. Okay. And on the sample, I put the arch on and then I trimmed it. And I kind of wish I trimmed it first. Let me see if you could tell. Because there was vellum sticking out just a little bit in a few places. But you know, it worked out pretty good. So I'll put this other piece on. So I could put it on here. Me trying to hold it, put it down, challenging. But if I do it here, I can see it clearly. And it's going to achieve the same result. When I put this on the card, this kind of window, whew, what if I were to take blends and I could color these pieces? Would it look like kind of like stained glass? I'm going to put it on with little dimensional strips, just so it's popped up. And that's because I want the designer paper to be a little bit muted. I don't want it's really pretty, but it's kind of strong, especially against the tree. I want the focus to be on the tree. Okay, that's looking good. Kind of wanting to pop up. I'm just making sure that the arches are equal. Okay, now this one is like it has red on it, but it doesn't come off. Like that. I'll put this on and I'll set it off to the side. Just a little weight to make sure it dries real flat. Okay, so this tree, it's like it's cute, huh? Kind of boring, huh? What about this tree? Notice how I used a mossy metal marker to put just the leaf center line on. So I'm going to do that. So nothing fancy, but one little hint, or I don't want to say the word rule, is if you can, do it only on, like, see this little tiny leaf right here? I want to put a stripe on that, but do it only if you know the stripe will be hidden. Those are kind of wiggly. And if the stripe, the mossy metal marker won't be hidden, like I did that just midpoint, don't do it at all. I'm just doing swooshes that my hand is comfortable in the direction to do them. I'll go back through and make sure I've done them all. And we'll do the same thing when we do a little bit of inside art. Put another, to me this is kind of looking like a tree on this card. The other cards it looks like a branch. And some of these it's like, what is that? I think it's like a leaf flopping over, so it looks a little bit distorted. But once you put the, like this one right here, once you put the center of the leaf on there, all of a sudden it kind of comes into focus. Okay, pretty soon I need to make sure I have all the leaves, especially the big ones. But some of these little ones, if you can't get your line in the center, just don't do it at all. Oop, that one I went outside the line. Can't do that one. Okay, I think that's about it. And I'm sticking it down. If I find any others that are absent of their little swoosh mark, I'll add it. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so the thank you is just going to get a little white bow. I could do that. You know how sometimes when you're tying a bow and when you pull the string, this thing gets all twisted and you're like, what's going on? The trick that not happening is the knot. The knot is there tight enough right now to hold the bow, to hold its shape. But once I really tighten it, that's when the strings get twisty. Like that one's twisting a little bit, but just make sure that the knot is a bit loose. And then at the end, tighten it up. Okay, let's see what else we can do. We could do the inside. The inside is kind of fun. It's a little bit different. Let me get the mat. Okay, so it's going to go like this. This is going to go here. Get them lined up. And I'm going to use Post-it notes just to hold it in place and then to hold this in place. Just because you're going to put your inside sentiment in the white paper area, and if this isn't here, you'll stamp it in the middle and then you'll cover up half of your words. We don't want that. Okay, let's do the tree in Old Olive. And we'll do the same mossy meadow, little tree veins in it. This can go right about, I don't know. This one's at an angle. That looks good. Let's do that. I need more coverage. Well, right there. At first when I did it, I thought, well, you don't have very much room to write, but that's okay. Okay, that looks good. Oh, and after you stamp your tree in Old Olive, if you can, pause just a little bit, do other things, and come back before you do the Mossy Meadow leaf vein, only because when the ink is still wet and you put the Mossy Meadow marker on, it spreads a little bit, which can be good. But in this case, I want the vein to be clear and obvious. And the words in Fresh Freesia. And I'm going to do midpoint right here. You make me smile. Oh, very cute. Okay, and down at the bottom in Basic Beige, I'm going to do what I referred to as skid marks. Nope. This one right here. Maybe it's like dirt. This one, it's dirt for the tree. Beige. So I made a new spot because I have 2 beige pads, but they're busy. Let me show you some. So I made a new spot for the Mossy Meadow. Okay. Then it came to the beige, and I'm like, this is just being nosy. It's like, what does it say under there? Did you see that? How there's writing under there? It's like, were they going to call it a different name? Like, what else would you call it? Curiosity got the best of me. I had to lift it. So I know that you all want to know what it says. It's like, what other name would you call Basic Beige? I like Basic Beige, so I'm not going to call it blah anything. Remember Sahara Sand? This is kind of like Sahara Sand. And I'm like, what is that? It's in English. One may produce. It's like, what does it say? Where's the mystery name? Okay, so I opened it up, coming to the end. The answer is, there's no name on it. Keep out of reach of children, contents. And then it says that in different languages. So, mystery solved, a mystery you didn't know, we needed to know. You don't have to do it to yours. So what would you call Basic Beige? Like if you had to come up with a different name? Because they always come up with the cutest names. What would you call it? So it's just going to go over the top. I'm still thinking about a creative name. See, it kind of looks like dirt, right? I'm not going to call it a dirt name. So it could be short. Beige. Okay, we are done with the inside. We could stick this together now. Michaela and Warren came early today because she had to do labs and she had to do, like, go to the eye doctor. She just sent something about getting new glasses. I think we're done stamping, so I could put this away. So this gets attached. That's pretty too. I love that paper, especially for springtime. Great time to get it. Floral Impressions. So this is going to go right here on the side. And look at the little pattern on there. Is that just the sweetest thing? That is Girly. Yeah. Good. Good. A little bit of hanging over here, but that's fine. Just a little bit. I'm good with that. Oh, we could do the swooshes. You know how to do this, so I don't need to hold it close up. Swooshes. Yeah, that was enough time to let it set. had to remember to show you that video. I'll do it at the end. Swooshes. I think it just brings the branch, the tree, ooh, that one was crooked, to life. Or it makes it a little more realistic. And I'll put pictures of everything on my blog, which is JilliBling.com. There will be a link in the video description. And I'll put up photos of all 3 projects. And sometimes it's nice to see the photos if you're making the project yourself. Kind of helps guide you. Okay, we're done with that. So let's start building this card. That's stuck. One's ready. You make me smile. Good, good. Okay, let's work on the arch. Like a sandwich. There it is, dried and pretty flat. Okay, so I'm just going to trim all these little pieces off the best that I can. When I did the sample, like see how it cuts through? Yep, I'm cutting through vellum. Then all of a sudden I got to a part and it was like, oh, I think I'm cutting through part of the arch. But I can't find it now. So I guess it wasn't too tragic. It's probably on the back side. It was just a little bit thinner of an arch than on the outside, but that's fine. Like right there, that was kind of thick. It's good. I could see it's bending. It's not all the way dry. Once I put the tree on it, I'll put the weight back on it and let it dry super flat. Isn't that cute though? I love everything about this card. I love the butterflies. I'm so happy to see they're still available. Oh, that's thick right there. Oh, yeah, I cut it off a little. But the iridescent frosted dots, I love them. Sometimes I hope products will never go away. Sometimes some products come out and I'm like, I don't like that. But then I see other people use it or I try it and it's like, yeah, I kind of like it. But not like iridescent frosted dots. Okay, hold on. Okay, so we're going to put, and see either side, like this side, the vellum, this is the upside. This here, you could tell that the vellum, the bottom side, but it's pretty arch. No one will see it. Okay, let's do some dimensionals. Probably all we'll need is 2 of them, maybe 3. And I'm just gonna do little slivers. So if you're doing slivers, I just figured this out, I don't know why. See, I'm starting at the tip, open it up, go a little bit further in, open it up, go a little further in, you could get 3 dimensional slivers out of one what do you call it? One occurrence. I don't know. Okay, this is the underside. So I'm going to just put dimensionals 3 here. These little slivers are good. Okay, where's that other part? Let's do that again. I'm going to run out of room to hold it. Okay, at the tip, 1, midpoint. Well, this is going to be a 2 and a 3. Maybe. There it is. Oh, yeah. 1. Now hold it up. Not that it's all that important to show you, but I'd rather over show you stuff than not show you enough and leave you stranded trying to figure out, no, what do I do? Oh, gonna need another dimensional. That was all from one dimensional. Nice. At the tip, 1. I think 2 will do it. See my snips? These are from Jude. They're cute. Jude is cute. Okay, that will do it. So I'll save this for the tree will want dimensionals. Okay. See dimensionals here, here, here. All the way around, just the little slivers. I know it's hard to see white dimensionals on beige paper, but they're there. Okay, let's put this on the card front. Right in the middle. Okay, so now when you look at it from afar, you're like, oh yeah. It kind of made the designer paper a little bit muted. The designer paper is kind of like the flavor of the whole card, but I think that putting the tree on, if it wasn't no vellum on there, it would be too, here. So if it was like this and you put the tree on, it's like, yeah, I think I see a tree in there, but it's just too crazy. But with the vellum and the arch, that focuses it. Okay, so we're done here. We still had to put a little brush breast butterfly inside. Okay, so I'll put dimensionals all on the back of the tree. Some little parts. Some big dimensionals. On the man card, I finally used some black dimensionals. I've had them for years. I finally used some. Ooh, this has some little slivers on it. Oh, there's a sliver right there. That could go on this one. Oh, but you know what? I was going to say I don't want to get dimensionals too close to the edges where it's going to hit the frame, but it's okay. It's fine to get dimensionals everywhere. I think it's time to use mini. Oh, the minis are running out too. Ooh, the minis work much better. One here. And then I'm going to find those slivers of dimensionals and put it on the stem, on the trunk. This is a tree. This is ready to go on. We're almost done. So I'm going to have the tree, this trunk right here on the bottom of the frame, and the rest of it, it's fine if it peeks over the top. Okay, and then the words are going to go on with glue, a dimensional in the middle, and then glue on the edges. The top and the bottom will get glue. So there's that. And glue. Glue on the bottom. I'm not sure which side, so they both get glue. That'll go right there. So to put the little bow on, this bow, it's kind of challenging because there's not that much room. So I'll put glue all above the hole, kind of thin, maybe in the hole. And then this side, it looks like it opens a little bit more. Maybe I'll put it right in the middle. Well, that's working out. Okay. See the placement of the bow? The words are seen through there. This one I had it off to the side. So now it's time for 2 butterflies and 3 iridescent frosted iridescent dots. Look how pretty these are. Aren't those nice? So I'll use maybe one big one. And it's hard to know where to put them, but they are seen. One big one and 2 little ones. Maybe there. I was thinking, because this has fresh freesia, I should put these all in the tree and it could be like it's growing iridescent dots. But I didn't. Okay, and the butterfly, I'll do one big one on the outside and a little one on the inside. So here's a big one. This one, because it has all the dots there, I'll put this one right over here. It kind of gets lost, but once you see it, it's like, oh, that's so cute. And then I'll put the one right here, the little one. You make me smile. Is that just the sweetest card? This one brings me joy. Okay, so that's it for today's project. What do you think? I hope you make one of these. And let me know about your alternate name for Basic Beige. Okay, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Have a great day.